We're done. This has been a wild month, by the way. I can't even remember all the dates off the top of my head. But I went and got this bike at Max BMW like mid-March. It's been about four weeks to do this build. Maybe 5 weeks. So let's kind of go through this real quick. So this is a 2024 R1250GS Adventure Rally. The final 1250GS Adventure, just like my 2018 GSA over here, is the final 1200 GSA. And it's loaded with every option you want except the 719 package, because I wanted to be able to run X heads here. By the way, this is always a long video because I go through over every Farkle. So if you're not into that, sorry. It's just how it is. And the good news was total build cost, and I will put a spreadsheet in the description. Total build cost, I think, was under 10 grand. And that's because I moved so much of my old bike over to this one, like well under 10 grand, like I think 6 or 7. Whereas my other bike was about $21,000 in Farkles. This one is probably equivalent, but because I moved things over from the old bike, if I had bought a 1300 GSA later this year, I would have had to pay significantly more to equip the bike just like this. It's also not a red bike anymore, but I still kept some red bits that I like a lot, and I really think that it's tasteful. But I like loud things. I like very bright colors. I wear a lot of like rainbow flag stuff just because I like, just bright rainbowy yellows and pinks and blues. And so this is perfect for me. So if it's not your style, sorry. Okay, so let's do a little tour here. Now, I'm going to put the title of this video is going to be all the modifications you need for adventure touring. I used to call these every modification money can buy, and that used to be the case, but it's actually not the case anymore. I've gotten older, so I've significantly changed my build out process here from just everything to everything that I think I need. And so with that said, when I say adventure touring, that means something different to everyone. I'm talking about a motorcycle that can run either street tires or full knobbies and be at home on either setup. So to set a different way, it's a setup that you can take on long distance touring, and a setup you can take on off-road adventures, off the beaten path, dirt roads, unpaved roads, and trails. So it's kind of the best of both worlds for me to have this bike built out the way it is. So you'll see some things are purely about comfort and safety, and other things are about off-road protection. One caveat is that this is my hard luggage. I do have Moto backcountry 35s that I also run for trips that are very much where I'm confident I will drop the bike multiple times. So this is kind of the more touring version of the adventure touring, purely because we have a box on there. And last thing is I have a Moto hood tank bag that I'm gonna put on here as well. I just wanted to give you this this look before I cover it up. Okay, let's get started with just kind of front to back here. Let's go back to front. The front's the best part. So on the bike, we have a Krakowiak Euro spec exhaust, which you can see here. This is the BMW part with a Euro 5 stamp on it. It's titanium. It looks gorgeous, totally gorgeous. Although you can't see it from the boxes, it is a beautiful, beautiful exhaust. We have Clearwater's Billy brake light, which when I decel and hit the brake, it will strobe and flash, which is nice, super bright. You look underneath and you see you're starting to see a Black Dog Cycle Works luggage rack. The only change I'm gonna make from here after this next weekend's trip, I'm just running out of time, is this Rotopax mount. It's gonna be moving to this other Black Dog mount right here. And so what I'll have is I'll be able to put water down here, mounted dead center between the two racks with a Rotopax, and then I'll be able to put a duffel bag lengthwise here. The point of adventure travel, not just travel, is you want to keep all of your weight down low, but you don't have your weight up high. So the 40-liter duffel I have coming is going to go lengthways with the water and or fuel underneath it, and then in that is going to be my sleeping bag, my tent, my cot, all the lightweight stuff that goes inside of my tent and my tent itself. All that stuff's going to go in there because it's all basically fabric. All the fabric stuff is going to go up top And then strapped on top of it will be a first aid kit and my drone and my tripod. Everything else will go, that's heavier, will go down in these boxes here or into the backcountry 35s, depending on what kind of mood I'm in that week. All right, these are the Jessie Luggage GS Pro boxes. As you can see, they mount the GSA rack natively. They just marry right up to the GSA rack. They are Jessie Challenger boxes. They just have different hardware on the back side that makes them compatible with the GSA rack. And so if you have a GS R1200, R1250, R1300 GS or GS Adventure that has the GS aluminum racks on it, then you'll probably be able to run these no problem. Just give Jessie Luggage a call and grab them. They're surprisingly affordable when you consider you don't need to buy racks. All you have to do is buy the boxes as long as you have these aluminum racks from BMW that are made by Touratech. All right, nothing underneath to show you guys, but we're gonna go on this left side here down below, and I'm gonna show you the final drive cover that we have and the final drive shaft slider. That's it, just eBay stuff, super cheap. I wanted a bit of red back there. People say that mud and dirt gets trapped in there. It doesn't. I've never had, I ride the shit out of these bikes, and I've never had sand get in there and scratch at the final drive. It gets in there, but it rinses out the water. There's enough of a drain there for it to drain out fine. So I would say if you want a little bit of color, get a blue or a yellow or a pink one and throw it on there. Your crash bars and your boxes are gonna hit before this thing ever hits. So don't even worry about damaging it. It's not even it doesn't really do much back here because you've got so much on the side of the bike to keep things from crashing. You're gonna see a sheen on these parts too. Everything that's I could touch has carbon ceramic coating on it. And so the whole bike is coated with carbon ceramic. And so what it does is hydrophobic. It looks wax, but also hydrophobic, so a lot of the water beads off. And so when I was washing it this morning, all the water was just flying right off. Moving forward more, we have the Alt-Rider heel guard on the left, the Alt-Rider side stand extension or foot with riser to not sink into the mud. We have Black Dog Cycle Works adventure pegs, and then we have the SW-Motech adjustable shift lever. And finally, in front of that is the side stand switch guard from Alt-Rider. So you can see all that. It's my my controls and ergo smorgasbord right there. Coming on the side, we have the Sergeant Cycle seat. This is a great seat because it actually hooks up to the OEM the BMW heated seat plug that comes on the bike. So it's plug and play with the heat that you control from your handlebars. And so you buy this seat, you plug it into the heated seat plug, and then you've got heated seat. There's no other wires or controls or anything. It's just all built into the computer on the bike. Running the tech spec tank grips. The only thing that I'll say is that if you love how your tank looks on your GS, this covers it up. And so like really only people with like the ice gray model will want to cover this up because all the rest of them have this nice GS lettering here this is covering up. Some people have said to get a clear version of this. I love the tech spec tank grips. And so for me, these are function over style. And I hug the shit out of my tank and standing or sitting. And so I need that grip to feel like I'm in control. And therefore, I don't care how it looks, I care how it rides. This is one of the few things that I consider very ugly. These are glow-in-the-dark reflective GS emblems from Netherlands, or eBay really, and they're on both sides. I like how they look. They had a little bit of color to it. I had red ones on my last bike. Up top, just gonna be a tank bag here, so nothing to see here. We'll go around the controls later. Coming around the side, we have the Machine Art Moto X Head 1250, which does a great job of keeping our cylinder head safe. And then wrapped around that is the Alt-Rider crash bars made for the 1250 GS. Then you go on the bottom and you have the Alt-Rider skid plate that covers all the way back to the end of the frame, the main frame. And then you'll see up front we have cylinder head covers also from Alt-Rider that I just think look cool. They don't do much, they look neat. I'll say the best, and I love Black Dog Cycle Works products, but the best skid plate that's also the best looking is the one from Alt-Rider. It's just fantastic, I love it. One thing I will do in the future is I will get this upper crash bar powder coated to match the crash bars. It's not powder coated right now, I ran out of time, but that will get covered eventually, as well as putting a frame plug in there to cover those holes up. Yeah, all right, coming around, one last thing in the front here, we have the Alt-Rider speed sensor guard. No frills. Okay. Oh, and then under here is the Yakugar steering damper. It's progressive damper. It has 24 different settings, and you can increase the damping if you're fully loaded up or 2 up on the highway. You can increase damping, or if you're going through sand, you can increase damping. You do have to get off your bike to adjust it, but it fits so well into the OEM space that I just love it. Oh, and this tape here, this is reflective tape. So at nighttime, it shines bright white when there are headlights, oncoming headlights. So just nice tape there. I think I'm putting some more up top if I want to, but I've got plenty left. I might put some on the final drive even. Let's go with these lights. So this here on the left is a custom, it's a Clearwater Savina light, which is a spot pencil light, but it has a custom red powder coating on the rear. Thanks Clearwater for doing this for me. I asked for a fun color, and they did this amazing red that looks perfect against the bike. Well, you may disagree, I love it. Down below, we have a Clearwater Dixie, which is a Darla in the center and like a Super Savina on the outside. Also a spot driving light, not a wide light. That's more of a 10-degree pattern. Coming on the front, we have the Z-Technic V-Stream Deluxe or Touring Deluxe model. This is a very, very tall windscreen. It's in the low setting right now, and it comes up to my nose. I love it because it forms a beautiful bubble around me. I have an Enduro windscreen from Machine Art Moto that cuts off about right here that I use when I'm doing pure off-roading, but because I'm doing a long trip coming up, this is the windscreen I'll be using. Also hidden in here is an Easy Pass holder right there. It works fine through all the tolls. We have an Outrider headlight guard, which is moved over from another bike, and so there's a little bit of nicks there, but whatever, it works. All right, other side we got Gumby. This is our road partner. Had Gumby on the last bike. Everyone loved it, so Gumby's back. And then this side is an Erica, which is a driving light, a 20-degree pattern, so it's on the right side intentionally because that way it gets shine on the right side of the road to show me deer and caribou, whatever else on this side of the road. And then another Dixie down below with a cover for the auxiliary lights. And these will get covers as well. I just have them off for appearances, but I have some covers coming for these. And then in here, Outrider radiator guards, and as you can see, the Touratech ESA fully adjustable suspension is tucked in there for the front tail lever. That's it for front mods. Going on this side, not much to see except for a couple of call outs. I'm running the OEM brake lever. Just love these, they're great, they're well built. Same peg, the master cylinder guard and the Outrider brake reservoir guard. You can see I had to trim the OEM frame cover a little bit to make that work, but I got it in there. I can't post this video until this gets greenlit to be approved for, I'm currently under NDA or whatever you call it, embargo. So I can't talk about this shock until this video is published, which then the shock will be out in public. But this is a tractive, so OEM BMW shock has an external module that holds all the oil that pushes the ESA motor up and down to adjust preload automatically. The tractive / Touratech option had an external reservoir that was tucked under the rear subframe. This is a new model being released this summer. Then I've had it on for about 6 months now that basically brings that reservoir back onto the housing itself. So it reduces the amount of unsprung weight, and puts it back in the shock assembly. And so it works great, by the way. It's super strong. It goes up and down really, really fast. And so if you order a tractive shock from here on, I think you'll be able to get this one as opposed to the oil reservoir that was external before that was just meh. But yeah, I'm under embargo for that, guys, so I can't show it in the videos yet. And then we have the Akropovic Euro spec exhaust. This is a BMW part number with a Euro 5 stamp on it. And I just like it more than the one that we get stateside, even though you can't see it because of the Jesse luggage. You'll notice I didn't go with the Touratech starter and exhaust valve covers this time, just leaving those off. They're on the old bike. And there's either a few of the sergeant seat. Okay, let's go over the front of the bike. Did I mention the backrest? I think I did. But Sergeant backrest, this is the EM5 backrest. It's so expensive. Like, I don't recommend anyone buy this thing because it's so expensive, but if you need a backrest for your sergeant seat, it's a perfect fit, and it's really nice. Like, I'm not gonna say it's worth the money, but it's a really, really nice backrest. Fully adjustable, I like it a lot, and highly recommended. Just buy it used. Okay, front of the bike. Machine Art Moto, advanced hand guards, grip puppy, throttle covers, nice and soft, grippy. SW-Motech mirror extender, Adventure mirror from Double Take. I have new mirrors coming because these are scratched up, but everything else is all for the old bike. Puig clutch and brake covers. They're just pretty. I just like them. Hondo Garage Perfect Squeeze with the juice squeeze from Moto Power Puck is in here. This is to wirelessly charge the iPhone, and it's a bit of vampire draw, so I have it set onto a fuse block, but it works great. You don't need to plug anything into your phone, and you can just run it in the rain. It works fine in the rain. It's great. And then we have the Garmin Zumo XT2 that's held on with the special BMW adapter made by a guy here in Charlotte. That's a plug-and-play model, so it's a Zumo XT2, but still locks to the nav 5.6 cover. Steering stabilizers from National Cycle. These are to keep this from rattling too much because it's a lot just for the larger screen. We do have a Screen Angels TFT protector. It's also carbon coated for hydrophobic reasons. And then these ram balls right here that I use to mount the Hondo Garage Perfect Squeeze, as well as the Insta360 camera that I have for travel. And then over here, final bit of the front I forgot to mention is the OEM BMW wind deflectors that are tinted. They just look much better. They're a little more period for the bike. Oh, I didn't even notice the ROX risers, 2-inch risers that are adjustable, are also on there. Around back, there is underneath the this, we have an Aurora Neutrino power module, and that's just powering a whole bunch of stuff. For now, we have like the security system, which is my R-Link right here, which tells me if the bike moved, if it's transported. It also allows me to export GPX files. So instead of having to like log files with Rever or with my GPS or my phone, it's always constantly logging the GPX files. So when I get home every day, I can just export from their web app the GPX files for myself. So after a trip, I have a complete log of where I went, but also if the bike is stolen, I can track it. 2 SAE ports here, one with USB-C and A, and then one that just has a free one. But these are for charging devices. So on a long trip, I can put stuff into my duffel bag and then run USB cables in the duffel bag and charge them on the go. That's it, right? That's it. It's starting to rain, but I don't have the backcountry 35s mounted, or I would show you like what that looks like with these on, but those are coming. But those will be for special trips. Not for most of my trips are with the hard luggage, because I just prefer hard luggage. And no, I have not ever broken my leg yet. Last thing, people always ask about this, like, you know, it's a shitty GS, you got it all built out for this around the world trip and you got street tires on. Yeah, but these were free and they came with the bike. And so until I'm actually going to be going on a trip off-road, which is happening in 4 weeks, I'm keeping these on. But I have Moto Z tractionators in the garage. They're right there. See them? They're right there behind the wheelie, the chair. I have tractionators that are going to go on this bike. And so those will get put on for any future trip. And don't worry, guys, I will be a proper GS very soon. Okay. Thanks for watching, everyone. Long video, but she's done. I was posting a video every single day for over a month, and now we're done. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you out on the road. You will see this bike, by the way, at the MOA rally in Redmond, Oregon in June. So I hope to see you there. Yeah, it's going to be as clean as this too. I'll have it probably in the Clearwater booth or the Jesse booth, or the Alt-Rider booth. I'm not quite sure who wants it yet, but one of those 3 vendors wants to have it to show off. All right, everyone, ride safe, take care, bye. Thanks for watching the series. It's been a long series.